chat on my phone, baby girl. Just letting you know.
No worries.
I think we are live. Let's have a look. Just let me check. Hi, guys. Hi, friends.
Hello.
Woo! I'm so excited. Just checking that this is working. I can't see it at the moment. So, hang on a second.
I've got it up. It's all working.
It's working? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Oop, there you go. There she is. Oh my God. Hi, guys. Hi, Santi.
Hello.
How cool is this? I'm talking to Sid Rose. I'm obsessed with, do you call this an avatar, Sid? What do you call this?
This is called a VTuber. So basically my emote artist, she started learning like how to 3D model characters, and she made this for me. And
Who did, babe? Who was it?
So my emote artist, she makes my emotes. She's called Amy. She made this for me because she knows I don't use a camera. So she was like, oh, I've got an interesting way for you to possibly show your face.
This is just insanity to me, and I'm just so obsessed with it. Chloe, thank you so much for following. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm just going to let you all, more people come to stream. Oh, we have another follower. Twilster has followed. I appreciate you. Can you answer a question for me? Santasia, can you hear the music, babe? Or what's the crack with that? Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear the lo-fi music that I have playing. Oh yes, we can hear the music. Okay. I feel like it's kind of loud, but Santi likes it. Okay, good. That's all that matters. I know her VTube model is fantastic. Good balance to me. Music is all right. Okay. Hi guys, I've got some new names in chat, so I'm sure that a lot of these people are part of your community, Sid Rose.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of them come in.
Oh, I love it. We love a supportive crew. So let's just start. I'm so excited, guys. I'm sorry we're running late. I was having some tech issues, and it was really fucking pissing me off. And I'm really glad that they have been rectified. It's because I'm streaming from a Mac, and Mac just decides to fuck with you sometimes, and it's a nightmare. But today I am so excited. In case you don't know who I am, guys, my name is Miranda O'Hare. I'm the voice of Skye in the video game Valorant, and the voice of another character, well, the voice of Zephyr in XCOM Chimera Squad, if you play that game. It's a little bit less known than Valorant might be. Today, for my Girl Gamer series, I have a fantastic girl gamer hailing from Britain. Is that correct? Are you in Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. London.
She's in London. A London queen. I love this. Okay. And her name is Sid Rose. I was connected with her through my friend Zaki. And I'm so excited to talk to her today. So thanks for coming along, guys. Also, please follow myself. If you don't already, also follow Sid Rose. I'm sure you do because she's fantastic, and a lot of you, I think, are from her community. But I do have a subs goal today. I have a 3 subs goal that I've set for today, and have I set a bits goal? I think I set a bits goal for 400. I don't know. But anyway, subscribe, all those things. We love to see it. Commander Silver has followed. I appreciate that a lot, guys. So let's just get it started. How are you doing today, Sid? What have you been doing?
I'm good, thank you. So I did a stream today. I managed to hit Diamond 2 again because I dropped out of it again yesterday. Okay. But did a bit of comp gaming today, so we managed to get it back. It was a really good day. What about you?
Well, I mean, I woke up and I had a coffee and I rang my best friend, and that's it, you know. It's like I haven't done too much.
Oh yeah, it's still early for you, I forgot.
Well, it's not that early, it's 1:30, but I woke up at 11, so I did wake up a little bit later than I had planned. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. Zaki's in chat. Hi Zaki, thanks for coming along. Zaki. So, okay, hang on, I'm gonna bring up my questions for you. So Sid, tell me the things. Tell me about you.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know me, my name is Sid, short for Sydney.
Oh, it is?
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's
But
so
spelled with a C.
pretty.
For some reason, my mum thought a C would be better than an S. I'm
Wow.
23. I'm from the UK, and I'm a Twitch partner, and I mostly stream Valorant.
Ooh, I love this. And one thing that I found really interesting when I spoke to you the other day was that you have some really, really big goals for streaming and what you hope to do.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to get further than I am already. I mean, so far, Twitch has been an absolute roller coaster for me, but
Really?
now that it's sort of, yeah, now that I've sort of settled in, like about 5 months into streaming, I've definitely started to settle, and I've been looking forward to some things that I could potentially do in the future.
And Gamer Girl is 69420. What a username. I'm so into that fucking username, I'm not gonna lie. Has followed, that's hilarious. We love Gamer Girl. So when you say it's been a roller coaster, well, what do you mean by that?
So initially, I streamed for a little while on Twitch for like a few weeks, I want to say, when I was in university, back when I was like 18. And I got affiliate back then, so I could have like subscribers and some emotes. But then I just sort of, I didn't really get into it, and I gave up a little bit. And then my sister actually started streaming herself, and she blew up. She's on like 50,000 followers or something now.
Wow.
And so when I started streaming again in February, I felt like a lot of the love from her community jumped onto mine, and I sort of had this big wave of new people, new followers. I was getting loads and loads of subscribers, and it was just the most crazy time ever I could have had on Twitch. To be honest, I managed to get Twitch partner after like a month and a half of streaming, which is incredibly fast, considering it would take some people months. But I'm really, really grateful for everyone that sort of came over from her community to help me out.
Wow, that is so amazing. Your sister, what is your sister's name?
Her name's Harriet.
Oh my god, that's so British. I love that. That is gorgeous. I love a Harriet. Oh, how great. And so do you look up to her for advice, or like do you guys, sort of try to do this together kind of thing?
Definitely, yeah. She helped me so much getting started with streaming, especially when I started doing it properly this year. She was a massive helping hand, not only with like communities and stuff, but even just like the technical stuff, like how do I set up a stream deck, how do I do this, how do I do that. She was always there to help me. And we streamed some games together. If there's ever like a fun co-op game that's about to come out, we'll definitely give that a go. And it's always a fun time.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome that you guys have that to connect over as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you to someone subscribed, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. I think it was Mateus1 subscribed. I'm sorry if I'm saying your username incorrectly. I really appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. We've got some people in the comments. Harry and Sid. Oh my god, it's just the cutest thing ever. Harry and Sid, I love it. And how did you connect with Zaki?
I think it was, it was kind of funny because as I got into Valorant, I got more into the lore of Valorant. And I would always like go on YouTube and I'd Google like, oh, what's this about? What's the lore behind this map? This agent's lore, and his videos would always come up, and I used to watch them all the time. And I followed him on Twitter for like all the Valorant updates and news. And then I recently, like a few months ago, I got into the official Valorant influencer Discord. So it's a place for all the official influencers to do preview events for like new new agents, new maps. Example, like KO, when he came out, this is the one we did it for. I was looking for someone to help me like test some of his new abilities, and Zaki just joined the channel. And I was like, oh my god, it's you.
I know, I remember when he got in that Discord.
Yeah. And he helped me figure out some like the abilities and stuff, and it was a really fun time.
I will tell you as well, I spoke to Gabe this week. He's the voice of KO, and he is...
Yeah, that's so cool.
He's such a nice guy. I mean, I've spoken to him before, but he was sending me voice memos, and I was just like, his speaking voice, like just his regular speaking voice is so beautiful, like so crisp and like amazing. Like he's got such a, like some voice actors can do voices, which is kind of what I think maybe I'm like, but my natural speaking voice is not really going to like, you know, you're not going to be like, Miranda's natural speaking voice is so beautiful. You're like, wow, that's an Australian person. But with his, he's got like, some voice actors have just an incredible speaking voice, you know, like it's just so beautiful to listen to. And Gabe is one of those voice actors. So I do love that. So, we have a little hype train going. You guys are so cute.
Oh.
I don't really get what a hype train is. I'm not going to lie. Sid, what is a hype train?
A hype train is basically when there's a moment in your stream, I think it's like within a few minutes time span or something. If you get subs, bits, any sort of like, how do you say the word? If someone contributes to your stream, basically,
right.
Within a few minutes, you'll get like a hype train going. So like more people can join in, and they can sub, gift, or use bits, and it will give them emotes, little things they can use on Twitch.
I have the emotes. I just get confused by what it all is. I sound like an idiot, but like, I had a hype train when I was doing a stream with Shannon, and she was like, Shannon's the voice of Jet, and she was like, hype train, and I didn't want to be like, I don't know what the hype train is. I didn't want to say it. So thank you so much, guys. Macho Man, Granny Savage has followed, and Tech has followed as well. I really appreciate you guys for all the love and stuff. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking the chat. So, okay, you have to tell me about your... I am fascinated by you using an avatar, or... So I think it's so interesting. I actually didn't know that people did this until I was, met you, Sid. So explain it to me. And I'm now aware that like it's a thing, right? Like my friend Morgan told me about Corpse Husband. Is that right? Is that? Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's used one, but he definitely has. He doesn't show his face.
Right.
So I think he has these like sort of like not caricatures, but like characters made up of him, sort of like pictures and maybe animations. I'm not too sure. But it's just a way for like people who don't want to use their camera to have a bit more like interaction and engagement with the audience. So like they can see when I'm smiling, they can see when I'm like sad or something.
And how do you feel that? Okay, what I'm interested to know is how has that affected your streaming positively, negatively? Like, how do you think people react to it? Do you think it changes the people that interact with your streams? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know if it changes who would interact, but it's definitely made it better. It's definitely got me more maybe interaction than not having a camera would. I feel like if I didn't have a camera, people would only see the gameplay and not really think too much of the person like behind the gameplay. But when you can see me like this, people just tend to interact a bit more with me, and they can like we can bounce back and forth on stuff a bit more than I could if I didn't have a camera.
Yeah. And it also like, was it Amy that made this?
Yeah.
You? Shout out to Amy. You're a very talented person. And it just looks like so cool. Like aesthetically, it looks really good. So
yeah, it does. She did a really good job. Especially this was I think she was, when she made my one, she was just testing the waters. She usually does drawings, but I was the first one she made, I think, and she surprised me with it. And she was like, "Look what I made for you," and it was just honestly the most amazing piece of art that I've ever seen, and I love it so much.
Wow, that's insane. People's skill sets like blow my mind. It's really crazy. Sorry, my cat just started crying. I was like, what is she up to? She stands at the windowsill and like watches people walk past and then like creates drama as they walk past, which I just love. Lord Silent One has followed. I appreciate you. Okay, so do you not want to have the camera on because is it like a confidence thing? Is it a privacy thing? Like, what would be your motivations behind not having your face be shown?
Honestly, mostly concentration. I feel like I can't concentrate at all on streaming or the game itself if I've got a camera on me. I think it's just something I've always like felt maybe a little bit camera shy. So if I feel like there's something constantly watching me and my movements, I feel kind of like on edge. So having this sort of like barrier where you can see me but you can't really see me, it's like the perfect balance for me.
That makes sense. I can understand that because you're like very serious about your gaming as well. Like, I mean, you're obviously doing it because you have fun with it, but you're trying to, you know, move up and like, you know, go forward in it as well. And so when we were talking, you told me that you main Astra.
Yeah.
And so tell me about that. Why did you what connected you to Astra when you started playing?
So I used to be back when I've been playing the game since day one, and ever since day one I was a Brimstone main. I don't know why. I don't know why what made me so like attached to Brimstone, but out of all the characters I tried, his role was my favorite, I guess, and I really like how his abilities work. But then when Astra came out in, I think it was March, it was just after I started streaming, and they started teasing her like aesthetic and her abilities a little bit, and they were putting all these like cosmic emojis on Twitter, and I was like, that is my aesthetic. Purple stars, like the cosmos, everything like that is just a bit of me. And then I found out she was a controller too. She basically does what Brimstone does. I was like, it's perfect. She's made for me.
Oh my god. And I love that you're like, the aesthetic was like what connected you to her, because if I was picking a character, that's what I would do too. I'd be like, what's
Definitely.
the aesthetic? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
Growing up, did you ever, because you might have, because you're British, did you ever go to the horse races?
I didn't actually. Oh, I mean, no, I'm thinking of greyhounds. No, I didn't go horse races, no.
I think maybe it's an Australian thing, but growing up, you go to the horse races and you go and like, honestly, like, you know, you go when you're a kid with your mum and dad, and you go when you're grown with your friends and stuff, and it's like pretty fun. But like, my mum would, I'm not saying this is even legal, but my mum would like bet on the horses for me, and she would be like, pick a jockey, like which jockey do you want? And I would always pick them based on the colours of their jerseys and stuff.
Yeah.
Or their name, like which one had the prettiest name and stuff. So it's like,
That makes sense.
You're kind of still doing that, you know?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And when we spoke, we talked about the fact that you really liked Effie, and you thought that, you know, she was really cool, and you liked to follow her and kind of keep up with what she was doing.
Yeah, I've watched a video of her doing an interview with Carolina, and she's just the most adorable person. she's so happy and full of life, just like Astra.
Oh, okay. How is Astra doing in esports and stuff? Do you know?
Yeah, I think there's actually quite a few people who are starting to use her. She's still like relatively new to the game, not as new as like KO, for example, but there's definitely some pros that have mastered her already. I remember at the beginning, I was like, I picked her up on day one, and I was like trying my best to get like really fast with her abilities and learn like different ways I could use them. And I was like trying to Google like, oh, is any pros been using her yet? Is there any pro strats? And there was just nothing. There was nothing for weeks. But recently in like the VCT, like the big pro games, people have been using her a lot more, which is really nice to see.
Wow. I think it takes a while, because I feel like from my little knowledge of these things, I have noticed that it seems to take a while for things for the pros to like figure out like the techniques and stuff for the new agents,
Yeah,
I felt that way with Skye. So okay, so you start streaming in February?
Yeah, the end of February, so it's been about 4 or 5 months now, I think, if I can count right.
Girl, so you've had such significant growth. I mean, you're verified.
Yeah, I'm saying like partner, I got it in a month and a half, which is insane. That's really fast to get partner. But I had a lot of help from my community, which is so amazing, and I love them so much.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so what's your goal for your Twitch? Like what is your like career goal? Is it gaming? Like what do you want to do? Do you sort of know yet?
I'm still trying to figure it out, I guess. With Twitch, I feel like I'm at a place where I wish I could do it more often. Like I stream mostly daily, but obviously I sometimes will have a day off, or sometimes I'll do a shorter stream, and I really want to get into that like full-time streaming like schedule where I can do it, like I can wake up in the morning, start streaming till the evening, and then just do that consistently daily. But right now, because I have a part-time job, it's a bit tough to do that as well. But with Twitch, I feel like I'm in a good place right now. There's no particular goal in mind with Twitch, but gaming, yeah, definitely. I really want to just do more with Valorant, I think.
So shout out to Twilster, gifted a tier 1 sub to CYDROSE. So
yeah.
Thank you so much,
That's
Twilster.
That's my one of my moderators in my chat.
Oh, shout out. Thank you, babe. What a legend. So you just want to keep going and growing your channel. What is your part-time job?
I'm just basically, it's just like an office job, nothing too special, but I only do it like 3 days a week. So I will literally come home and I'll hop straight on the computer and start streaming as soon as I'm home, basically. But sometimes I'll have a really rough day and I'll be like, oh, sorry guys, I can't stream today. It's just, sometimes you're just not in the mood after a day's work.
Yeah, I get that. Do you find it like it's emotionally exhausting at times? Like, how do you feel about, because to me, when people talk about streaming that much, like being a full-time streamer, I gotta admit, like, I can't even imagine that. Like, I find sometimes doing interviews and going live for like an hour and a half is overwhelming. So I just can't imagine doing it. I guess though, you would be playing a game, so having something to do is different than just sitting there and fucking talking the whole time, you know?
It definitely makes it easier, yeah. Like playing games, even when I'm not streaming, I'm playing games. So it's kind of just like, it's my time to relax. And the fact that I get to stream on top of that and have people come and enjoy the game with me, that's what makes it so special to me. I love having like the people in chat just always being there and saying hello and just saying all these nice things. It's really nice.
So it sounds like you have a really positive community. Are you ever experiencing any kind of negativity streaming, and like how do you deal with it if you do experience that?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, not only on Twitch, but sometimes even like in games and stuff. But on Twitch, yeah, I will have you know, the occasional troll. But I feel like a lot of channels will have that. Even if it's a small channel or a big channel, like everyone will get that one person coming in and being like, just saying something really out of the blue, unnecessary and just rude. But I mean, that's why we have the lovely moderators there to just ban them and get rid of them. But like even in games, you know how it is, you always have the same basically in games. You could load into a game and say one word and someone will be like, oh, go back to the kitchen, blah blah blah. There's gonna be hate everywhere, so you just have to push past it a little bit, try to remember that they're probably not happy with themselves, so there's no point like giving them the time of day, even though sometimes I do like to have fun with it sometimes and like clap back a little.
Yeah I'm starting to get fucking sassy on social media when people write shit to me. I'm like writing crazy shit. I'm like, Miranda, you gotta stop. Like people are writing like, I hate Sky on my TikTok, and I'm like, no one asked. And like, I'm like, I'm just getting, I know I'm getting out of control, because you get to a point where you're like, sometimes you have to clap back a little, but you also have to remember, like, you might be talking to a 14-year-old, you know, it might be a kid, you know? Yeah, it's hard. Do you ever struggle with it, or it's not something that you're just so used to it now?
On Twitch, I don't ever let it get to me. I think, I don't know why, because for some reason in Twitch, it's just like very expected for someone to just come in the channel and be like, oh, why are you people watching this? Or this is so boring. Or they'll say like, oh, you're so bad at the game. But I don't, for some reason, it is different on Twitch than it is in-game. I think mostly because when it's in-game, if I find someone in my Valorant game, especially if it's competitive, they might like ruin the game for me and then make me D-rank or something just by being rude, and that affects me a lot more than just one sentence would.
I hate it. I hate that people do. I hate it.
Me too.
I just don't. I don't think I'll ever get it. I think that I think I'm an outsider. I'm not a gamer, and I've come into this community, and I don't think I'll ever get this idea. And it's not just in gaming. I mean, it's on social media across the board where people say like cruel and hurtful things to each other. And I'm not, you know, I'm no saint. Like I you know, I can say and do the wrong thing sometimes, but it just doesn't make sense to me that like you would want to hurt someone's feelings, or that you would like take the time to write a negative comment. Like it'll never really like fully make sense to me. You know?
I mean, most of the time it's probably just because they're unhappy with something themselves and they can't fix it, so they just take it out on other people, and whatever's there and whatever's easiest to just have a go at, they will do that.
Yeah. So do you have a strategy for coping? Like if someone does come in and you do get D-ranked because someone in chat in game was being just rude?
I try not to focus on it too much, just because it is something out of my control. If I was playing bad, I think I'd get more upset over that, because that's my own skill letting me down there. But if someone, like I've had it so many times where people in games have like purposely sabotaged the game and like been rude and like thrown like fire on me and stuff just to make me lose health and kill me and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's so horrible. But I try, it does upset me a bit, but if I move past it, a few hours later I'll be feeling fine again. I'll jump back right back on ranked and it will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You get over it, don't you? But I think, I think sometimes you just have to just take a break for a couple of hours or a couple of days, whatever it might be, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it helps to have the chat there as well, because if something does happen in game and it happens on stream, the chat are always there, like on my side, and I think that does help a lot.
Oh, hell yeah, girl. Always on your side. They're just like, what? What are you doing? They probably think this person's bananas for like going to such efforts. It probably means you're really good, honestly.
Oh yeah, they're just jealous. That's what it is.
Hell yeah, girl. Simprel is here. Hi, Simprel. Oh my god, your emote is so cute, Sid.
Like Amy made that one too. Yeah, so she made my emotes too, as well as the avatar.
So fucking cute. So cute. What is Amy's username? Can you think of it off the top of your head?
Yeah, so she's in chat. It's Amy's Inc. So
Amy's Inc. I can see her.
There you go.
Good work, Amy. What a talented soul you are. And also shout out to Leslie Bear who made my emotes. She's a sweetheart. And I appreciate her a lot. So okay, I haven't even been following the questions that I wrote for you. I've just been freeballing this interview, so I'm trying to think of like what other things that I had written down. Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask you about your goals, because you had said to me that you hope to go pro, or how did you word it? Tell me about your career goals in gaming.
So with Valorant, like more specifically, I definitely feel like I'm at that point where I'm seeing loads of girls get into like the pro scene, and I know it might be a while off for me as I'm still just a content creator. I'm still just entertaining people. I'm not like a pro at the game, but I do feel like I could be on the path to get there eventually. And if I can put in the work and get better and better, then it's something I would really, really love to do. I would love to eventually leave my part-time job and potentially like do esports and be in a female team and work on tournaments and do scrims with girls. Like it would just be such a fun time, I think, especially if I could put my full like attention into it and not have to worry about outside priorities.
Yes, I do get that. It's hard to juggle this and having another job and like doing any, other things that you might do. I struggle to juggle it all for sure.
It is, yeah. It's tough, especially with streaming as well. I feel like, because I feel like a lot of the pro scene don't actually stream that much, but when they do, it's like it's very short amounts of time because they're not allowed to actually stream their practice in that, because it might get into the hands of their enemies and then the enemies will see their tactics and everything. But I feel like if I'm not in that practice, I would definitely like continue to stream.
Who was it that told me that term? It was Shannon told me, what is it? Like they steal, oh, I'm going to say it incorrectly. They like watch your stream and then they like kind of cheat. What's that called?
Oh, stream sniping?
Yes. She was telling me about that.
That's so if you're live and you're in a game, there's a chance that someone like from your enemy team, they might see your username and like just for some reason they would like search up on Twitch or something, see if you're live, and then they can just physically watch the game that they're fighting from the other side and just see our tactics, see where we're going, like seeing everything we do. And it's really tough to like sort of go against that, because there's the only thing you can then do is just win the gunfights because they're there where you are. I don't think I've personally ever had it happen to me yet, because it's mainly bigger channels that it happens to. But Valorant have like implemented a system where you can hide your name. So if you're playing Astra, it would just say Astra instead of CYDROSE. So people like on the enemy team, they won't be able to just go and search you up mid-game or something.
I don't understand though. Why would you want to win if you had cheated? It wouldn't feel as good.
Oh, because they just want to win. They don't care how, they just want to win.
But what do they get out of winning?
Mostly, well, for their rank, if it's a competitive game, so they'll rank up from it. If they can like win the game, they'll get a higher score. So and then you'll lose your score. That's how like the ranked system works. Oh, Harry's in chat.
Oh, hi Harry is so cute. I don't even know what Harry looks like, and I'm like, Harry is so cute. Does Harry show her face?
Yeah, she does.
She does? Okay, hi Harry, you cutie pie. Am I wrong in saying that Harry is just such a British name? Don't you feel?
I feel like Harriet is, yeah, definitely. Harriet is so British.
Yeah, Harriet is so British. It just makes me laugh. How are you going over there with COVID and everything?
It's okay. I feel like at the moment they've lifted some of our restrictions at the moment, so it definitely means that we'll be able to finally go out and meet all of our online friends soon. And I feel like there's still cases. Definitely, I don't know if they're rising or whatnot. I don't really pay that much attention to the news. But from what I've seen, they're lifting restrictions and they're making it so that you don't have to wear masks, which is like, I guess, could be a little bit of a problem in like stores and stuff. You can go to the supermarket and not have to wear a mask, which is a little bit silly right now. But if that's what they say, then people will do it either way.
Yes, they did the same thing I'm in LA, and they did the same thing here, and then it lasted like 3 weeks, and then the cases got so high from unvaccinated people that they then said we had to wear masks again, and that creates bigger problems. I think they should just like hold on for as long as they can, because telling people to take their masks off and then put their masks back on, it confuses the hell out of people, and people are pretty easily confused, as I think we have learned. But it can feel like a little bit hard to keep up with it all.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you know your life's returning back to normal a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like back at work. Like I remember when I first started streaming, I was streaming because I was in lockdown and I was just quarantining at home for however long I was not at work for. So like my job was closed for a good few months at the start of the year. And I just got to sit at home and stream every single day, and it was just the best time ever. But then when I had to go back to work, it was a bit sad because I got less time streaming. But it does mean that I actually leave the house every now and then, because it's not something I do that often.
I'm learning that about streamers. I'm like, y'all need to leave your houses, because everyone I speak to is like, I haven't done it in days, and I'm like, okay, well you should go for a little walk.
Oh my God, yeah. Like I remember like quarantine, there were times where I wouldn't leave the house for like, I think the most I went was 2 months, which is insane. Like maybe I'd step outside in the garden for some fresh air, but I just didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't need to go to the shops or anything because I have everything I need at home. And I live with my family, so I was just a little gremlin. I sat in my room, I was gaming, streaming.
Holy
I just didn't
shit.
do anything.
That is bananas. I go outside every day. I don't like to be inside too much, you know? And I'm such a nerd. I like track my steps. So I try to take 10,000 steps a day. So I'm like always like aware of how many steps I'm taking and stuff. But
well, mine would probably just be like 12 or something.
Amy said, whenever I think of British people, I think of that old show, Keeping Up Appearances. That show was my childhood. Do you remember that show? Have you ever seen it, Sid?
I don't think I have.
Hyacinth. It's such a British show. Oh my God. You should watch it. It's so funny. It's like pretty old. They used to play it a lot. Like they used to play reruns a lot in Australia. Okay, so we've gone through, you know, your goals with streaming and the fact that you hoped, you know, maybe go pro one day. Do you have someone that kind of like, I know your relationship with Harriet might kind of be this role for you. Do you have someone that kind of acts as a mentor for you or kind of gives you some advice on gaming or?
Oh, definitely. So, I mean, with Twitch, Harry is definitely like my biggest inspiration because she's really what got me going, and she's always just been there to help me with everything. But for gaming, I'm not really sure. Definitely a lot of the females in the pro scene, quite a lot of the teams, they're quite young still, and it's just like it's amazing to me to see so many girls like getting into gaming and being so good at the game as well. These girls are like radiant and they're like 15, 16, and I'm like, God, why wasn't Valorant around when I was that old? You know? But yeah, I'd say they're quite a big inspiration as well. I just want to be like them.
Wow, they're 15 and 16.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, I imagine, to be that good that young and be in the kind of spotlight that they're probably under.
Yeah. I think it might be a bit stressful at that age. Yeah, I feel like if you're not used to this kind of like actual work life, then it might be a bit tough for them. But I feel like a lot of them are getting on quite well. And like with gaming itself, like in my games, I always have my friends. I have this Discord called Valorant, and it's got all my friends in there, and we're always playing games together. And I've got quite a lot of friends in there who are like high rank, and they're always like coaching me and teaching me like, you're doing this wrong, this is what you need to do instead. Quite a lot of them in there do help me and have helped me get to where I have gotten in Valorant, so I'm really grateful for them as well.
Yeah, and it's what I always think when I talk to, having spoken now to a lot of streamers in these interviews, I always think like it's important to remember that like it's fun and everything. The point is like you want to connect with people and have friendships and like enjoy the experience. You know what I mean? Like, of course you want to be a really good gamer, but you want to like it as well.
Definitely, yeah. We have so much fun. I can see like a lot of the people that are from Valorant are in here right now.
Oh, Valorant, you all look cute as hell. Thanks for coming along. Valorant, Galorant, I love it all. You, I'll have to connect with you, Sid. You have to tell me like, any girl gamers that you think I should connect with, and I'll have to. I'm always wanting to know of other girl gamers that, are just doing different things or have, are interesting, engaging people. I would just love to hear about them. So you'll have to let me know. You probably have a community that I haven't interacted with, Absolutely,
yeah. Like there's so many girls in Valorant that they're so amazing, and there's some in chat as well. We've got Resni. She's actually a SKYE main too. She's an artist.
Oh my god, love you, girl. I love a SKYE main.
Yeah, she's an artist as well, and she streams on Twitch. But yeah, there's so many other girls I could introduce you to that would love to do something like this.
Yeah, I would love to. I also want to have. I've been streaming recently, people's, and it's not for everyone because I stream people's gameplay, when they're maining SKYE. So far it's been Zaki and my friend Texture. They've just come on and like, Zaki has taken me on a tour. You would like these streams actually, Sid. He takes me on a tour of the maps and shows me and explains all the lore to me. So you would like those streams because you like the lore. Yeah. And then
I usually watch the ones with Zaki that you do because I really enjoy the lore ones.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen Sinprel's content?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin
does great content too on lore. Incredible. And Texture has been playing SKYE for me. But it's not for everyone because it's hard for some people to play and talk to me while I ask really probably very stupid questions. So I realize that not everyone can do that. Like some people like really need to focus, but Texture just like I think has the ability to like just be chatty and play as well. So
yeah, definitely. I guess that's a streamer trait to be able to like concentrate on your game and still talk to chat. I feel like that's definitely quite a good skill to have, especially if you're a streamer.
It must be really hard. I can't even imagine. Desert followed. Shout out Desert. AKA Silent46 followed. And I'll have to join the Valorant Discord. So...
Oh my god, definitely.
So I can keep up with y'all. Okay, so let me just check my questions that I have for you because I've really just just been saying a lot of things. I have not been tracking what I've been talking to you about, my girl.
Okay.
Let me have a look. Okay. Oh, so what do you enjoy the most about streaming, and what do you enjoy the least about streaming?
Oh, okay. Most, I definitely would say it's having, like, being able to start out my stream every day and having people already in the chat, like waiting, saying hello. It really warms my heart to know that people actually come to the streams and enjoy watching them. And it just makes me feel so happy to know that so many people enjoy the streams, and I've created this really, really cute community of really lovely people, and I've brought them together in this one place where we can just all have a great time.
And isn't it so weird to think that, like, I don't know if you feel this way, but that people watch you and shit? Like, I'm just like, people watch the stuff that I stream? Like, it blows my mind.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, it is really strange sometimes. You'll sit back and you'll think, wow, like, this many people just come and talk to me every day and watch me play games, and it just makes me feel really lucky.
Yeah, I totally get that. I'm like, it is a crazy feeling to think that people take time out of their day to interact with your content. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it definitely makes for a lot of, like, really good memories, because streaming, you have so many, like, clips and videos of, like, fun moments in your stream. And one of my favorite things to do is just sit there and go back through all the clips on my channel, and it's always just like a lovely little trip down memory lane.
Also, side note, I noticed that your Twitch looks so aesthetically cute, and Zaki and I were actually talking about that the other day. Is that because of Amy, or is that, like, you did that? Like, are you just, like, slightly, like, artistic? Like...
So Amy makes any of the pictures you see of my avatar, like posed, or just any pictures of the avatar in general, Amy made those for me, and the emotes too. If you see any of the little wolf emotes, or the little like CYDROSE emotes, she made all of those. But just like the panels and stuff and my banner, I made those. I made them on Canva, our favorite website.
Well, you're better at Canva than me. I tried so hard for the one for us, but it's just not a skill set that I have, you know. That wasn't that bad, though. And maybe I'll get better over time.
Absolutely.
And so what do you, like, what is the kind of the worst aspect of streaming for you, do you think?
Probably just, I guess, the negativity that can come with it, like the trolls, I guess if you overdo yourself, you might, like, burn out and you'll get yourself in a bad, like, mental health spot or something. But you can always just have a little day off, reset, and come back to it. But there's more pros than cons, to be honest. The one troll that will come in per day is nothing compared to the happiness that streaming brings.
Oh, that's so nice. What do you think that you've learned about yourself from streaming? I think this is an interesting question. It's kind of hard to answer this, I'm sure. So if you don't know the answer, that's okay. But is there anything you've learned about yourself?
I guess I feel like I'm a lot more likable than I thought I was. For some reason, I always had this, I guess, anxiety when meeting new people and just being around, like, groups of people, that I always felt like for some reason people wouldn't like me for some reason. And it's nice to see that that's just in my head.
Oh my God, you're so likable. But that's really cool. I like that answer a lot, you know?
Yeah. And I definitely feel like it's helped me realize that I'm a lot better at Valorant than I thought I was.
Right, yes. It's interesting to go back to your point about realizing that you're more likable than you thought. Mm-hmm. It's interesting that we, like, believe these things about ourselves completely, you know, unfactually. There's no necessarily any proof of that in our lives. We create proof, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and it's like, you're like, oh, no one likes me. And it's just like this lie that we tell ourselves. It's kind of crazy
Yeah.
when you think about it, you know?
Oh my god, true as well. What Harry said in chat is that streaming teaches you how to react to situations like on the spot because everything's live and recorded. That's very true.
That is absolutely true. It does teach you how to react to things, and it's like, yeah, you do kind of, you're like, oh, like I used to get a lot more stressed out about tech stuff than I think I do now. Like, if things go wrong on stream, like I don't freak out as much as I used to freak out. I mean, I get annoyed sometimes, but I used to like fully lose it, like, because I was like, I don't know, I thought it was my fault and that I'd fucked something up, but now I'm like, I guess it does happen to everyone.
Yeah, it does. Tech issues happen to the best of us. I once had this year, I think it was just after I hit Twitch Partner, I had the worst computer issues I've ever experienced in my life. I bought new parts for my computer, and then I installed them, and then all of a sudden my computer was crashing and blue screening, and it didn't get fixed for about 2 weeks, and I couldn't play Valorant that whole time, and I was so sad. And it turns out it was just one piece of RAM that wasn't in the motherboard properly. And it could have just been fixed just by pushing it in a little bit more. But I was so upset. I was really, really upset because my computer's my happy place.
Oh God, no. Like today when I couldn't get the audio to work, I was like, because I'm feeling like I'm having one of those days where I know I have to get a lot done after this. So I was feeling like and I already slept in way later than I should have. And so I was like, oh fuck. I like get really, really overwhelmed by things. And I know that a person's character is shown by how they react in stressful situations, right? So my
God, yeah.
Like, you know who a person is by how they behave when things are bad, right?
Yeah.
And because it's easy to be a good person when things are going well. It's very easy. But when things are going bad and you've still got to be a good person, treat people with love and kindness, that shit is hard. That's the hardest thing to do, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And it always makes me worry sometimes when I like get annoyed by things, because I'm like, this is your character, Miranda. Don't let your character be defined, you know, by this one situation that really isn't the end of the world, you know?
Yeah, I get like that, to be honest, quite a lot on the stream. If I have like a bad game or something, I get super upset over bad games, especially if it's a one where I will lose my rank in competitive. But I just got to remember that I'll get it back. I just got to play again. So I quickly like put my be right back screen on, and I do a little breathing, and I just come back with a hopefully reset mind.
Yeah, it's hard, but you got to remember, like, it's not the end of the world, but
exactly,
you know, it's kind of shitty to hear that, because it's like,
yeah,
it's like it matters to you, you know what I mean? Like, it's still important to you, but I do get that. I can only compare it to TikTok, because sometimes I post I love TikTok so much, and sometimes I post on TikTok and they do well, and sometimes they just fucking do so badly, you know? And you know, you have to just be like, okay, you win some, you lose some, but it's hard.
Yeah, I've had that with TikTok. I don't mainly post on TikTok, but if I do have like a good clip or something, I'll post it on TikTok. And some of them, it's so funny. I'll post like this sort of like a meme video, I guess, and one of them got like 100,000 views, and it was insane. And then I'll post like a really good clip of me getting an ace, and it'll get like 600 views, and I'll be like, oh.
Dude, I posted something on TikTok of me. Someone said, I can't even remember what they said. They said some shit to me on my TikTok, and I responded giving them shit. It's like a 10-second clip, right? I'm lying in bed. I don't think I'm wearing any makeup, and it's like a 10-second clip of me being like, I live in your head rent free. I said, how does it feel to play Valorant and know that, to know that you can't play Valorant without hearing my voice? And then I go blinded, and because I was just like, this person, they need to stop writing negative shit on my fucking TikTok. This clip blows up. I think it got 1.5 million views.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what the hell? I've like posted things on my TikTok that I've like really tried to like a comedy clip, or like I'm really trying. I've got my makeup done. I'm like, you know, and I put effort in. It takes me like, you know, 20 minutes to make this TikTok, and like it gets like 100 views. And then this one where I'm just like blinded, it gets, you know, 1.5 million, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I swear it's always the ones you put like the least effort into that somehow like do the best. Like how does that happen?
yeah, it's hard. I'll have to follow you on TikTok, Sid.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know you had a TikTok.
It's just a CYDROSE.
I'm always talking to people on my streams about TikTok. I'm always trying to get them to start a TikTok. Like, that's like my whole thing. If you ever, well, you don't main Skye, but if you ever play Skye and you post gameplay, I'll duet it.
Oh my God, I posted one on Twitter the other day. I was playing Skye in an unrated game, and I was like a 1v3 situation, and I had to clutch, and my friend goes, I'll PayPal you 1k if you clutch this, and I managed to do it, and he was like, oh, I regret saying that.
Oh my God, you have to put it on TikTok.
Yeah, I will. I'll edit it and put it on TikTok. I'll tag you in the comments.
Tag me, and then I
Skye
can
too.
And then I'll duet it, and yeah, you know, not that you care.
No,
but I want to do it, so. All right, let's have a look at the chat. How long have we been streaming for?
About 56 minutes, is it?
Oh, all right, 56 minutes. Okay, so what else do I want to ask you? So I've asked you, what is the best way for your fans to get in contact with you?
Definitely through Twitch chat when I'm streaming. It's a really, really easy way for me to see your questions or comments like then and there, and just be able to respond instantly. But if not, I'd say tweet me. I'm on Discord. I have a Discord, so it's a good place to ask a question in general chat or something. There's many different ways, to be honest.
So how many moderators do you have right now for your channel? Do you have more than one?
I have my sister Harry, and then I have just mainly two main moderators who are Twilstar and Entin. They're amazing. They've helped me through so much. Like I remember when I had this like sort of security issue back in April, and they were amazing, and they helped me figure everything out. So they helped me so much with that. And then other than that, I have my boyfriend. So about 4 or 5, I want to say.
Ooh, is your boyfriend, does he play Valorant?
He does, yeah.
Ooh, a duo. What is his goal? Is he a streamer as well?
Nah, he just plays it casually. He just enjoys like joining us for a few games every now and then.
Okay, who does he main?
Sage.
Oh, okay.
Sage well, he's a bit of a flex, so it means you play whoever you fancy. But he likes a bit of Sage, yeah.
Okay, all right. I was hoping to hear Skye, but I see that I'm not gonna...
He has played Skye a few times. He's really good on most characters, so I'm sure he'd be good at Skye too. Okay,
so I think that I've covered all the questions that I have for you, but I wanted to... I always I struggle talking about struggling to stream and talk. I struggle to interview someone and answer chat because I feel like it's rude to keep interrupting you. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Not. It's okay.
So but I want to, your sister Harry said, what is Miranda's go-to Starbucks order? Guys, I change my Starbucks order all the time, but right now, okay, let me say it correctly. It's a chocolate almond cold brew drink. So I get it with almond milk because I don't have dairy. It tastes to me like chocolate milk. I probably shouldn't be having it every day. It's probably got a lot of sugar in it. But I am having it every day. I'm very into it. I go through different phases, but yeah, let us know in chat what your
That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, I've got to stop getting Starbucks every day, but I can't guarantee that I'll do that. So guys, let us know if you have any questions in chat that myself or Sid can answer. Sid, do you have any questions? Do you have anything that you want to ask? Whatever.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat who have many, many questions. I think for me, I definitely want to know more about what's it like in the life of a voice actor for a game.
What specifically do you mean?
Like, I guess I don't know. I'm just really intrigued to know sort of how it all works. So do you work from home, or do you have to go to like a studio? Do they let you have much free realm with the voice lines at all?
So you audition for it, or they look for you. Like they will find some people on social media and directly go to them because the characters are so specific. For my character, they sent out a brief and I auditioned for it through my voice agency, and then I booked the job. And then I found out I booked the job, and then a few weeks later I went to a studio. I didn't know what my voice lines were going to be, so I couldn't prepare in any way for it. And then I went into a studio, and there were all these people on Zoom from Riot, and then I recorded myself saying the voice lines, and I was allowed to give as much or as little input as I wanted. I was allowed to make changes, and we recorded for a few days, and at some point I'll go back and record more, and like it's kind of like an ongoing thing. And they're definitely very okay with you saying like, oh, okay, I don't think my character would talk like that, or what about we do this, or what about we say that, what, you know. So yeah, they're very open about it. I audition from my home for things, but when you record professionally, you go into a studio.
I see.
Yeah.
Did they tell you much about SKYE herself so you could like get into the character?
They sent me, when I auditioned, I received a brief about who she was, and I knew she was from Nimbin, and that she was a nature person, and it was a girl. She was in her mid-20s. She had a different name at that time. I didn't know it was for Valorant because they didn't put it on the brief, the character brief. They just told me that she was like a farm girl, basically, from Australia, and she was from a small town called Nimbin, and I know Nimbin. I know, so I did an accent based on how someone from Nimbin would speak. You know, like someone from Manchester is going to speak differently to someone from fucking...
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like just different parts of Australia, people have different accents. So I just did a voice that someone from Nimbin would have, and they gave me direction, and then I just said the lines. I mean, I changed some of them, but like very, very few. It was the lines I thought were really good, and I didn't find it to be like a difficult job in any way. It was pretty easy, honestly. I did a character called Zephyr. She's an alien for another video game, and I lost my voice recording that, and I was definitely like, oh shit, like I really had to kind of try to find that voice to convey that character. But for SKYE, like, I'm not kidding, like, no issues at all. Like, didn't really find it difficult, which is like, sounds, I say that and I feel like I sound like a total asshole, but like, it just wasn't difficult. Like, it just wasn't really hard for me to do. I kind of feel like it's crazy that people are like her, or like say like positive things to me, because I'm just like, I don't know how this has happened. I seriously just feel like this just fell into my lap, and now it's a huge part of my life. The fact that I'm the voice of this character is like a really big part of my life. Like, I'm on Cameo, I stream about it, I connect with people like you know. I'm actually launching a podcast And yeah, it's just been a crazy ride. Like Valorant has, for lack of a better phrase, changed my life. And I don't even play it, so.
It's amazing though, honestly. I feel like definitely amongst my friends, SKYE's voice lines are the most repeated out of all of the voice lines in the game.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People say that they do them a lot. Do you know what's so funny? I went in and I just didn't think that I just was so like, I didn't think it was a big deal, so I didn't think anything of a lot of the things I was saying, and I was just like, thought it was a bit of a laugh, thought it was a bit of fun, and I just didn't really take it that seriously. And then, I've said this a million times, but Riot was like, oh, this is a big game, this game's really popular, like people are going to be really intrigued to know you, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like I really didn't think that was true. And then I went home and I was living with my best friend at the time and kind of told her that they'd said that when I was in studio that day, and she was like, oh, okay, cool, like, yeah, we'll see, I guess. And I was like, yeah, anyway, apparently people like this game. And she's like, all right. And then when it got released, I remember her boyfriend was like, you're a voice in Valorant? And he knew the game, and we were like, oh
my God.
He was like, shit, guys, that's a big deal. And we were like, is it? Oh, crazy, So
I was gonna say, yeah, if one of my friends just ended up being in a voice of a game that I love so much, I'd freak out probably.
Yeah, no, I didn't know really. So it's definitely been a real interesting experience for me. It's changed my life significantly, and I feel almost like, I think there's a bit of imposter syndrome there, because I feel like, I don't know, like what did I do I hope I deserve this, or I hope I did justice to this voice, or this community, this fan base. But you can't think about stuff like that because you go crazy, wouldn't you?
Oh my God, no, you definitely did justice. The voice lines, honestly, they're incredible. Every one of the agents have such recognizable and distinct voice lines, and it's so helpful in the game as well, to have that connection to what sounds like a real person. Yeah, no, they're so distinct, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Each character is really distinct. I really do think that they've done a fantastic job at that. Do you get any insider info about Valorant updates before it goes public? No, I do not. People think I know more than I do. And honestly, I'm so, it's so out of my realm of understanding that they told me, I remember when I was recording SKYE, they told me things and I forgot so many of them because I didn't even understand any of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I do have an IMDb. I have an IMDb. Yes, I'm actually primarily an actor, not a voiceover actor. You can look up my IMDb and see some of the stuff I've done. Do I know that SKYE's dog isn't a dog, it's a Tasmanian tiger? I do know that. It is a Tasmanian tiger, which is actually an extinct animal, which is very sad. Oh God, I'm reading Lily's question underneath. Did you know that SKYE shakes her bum when she's using the dog? It's actually it's actually really fun. I don't know if anyone's showed you that, but it's in the game when she uses her little tiger, the animation, for some reason it makes her bum shake, and it's so funny. I don't want to know. I don't want to comment on that. Just leave me out of that. Did you want to go into voice acting when you were young? No, I never thought about it once in my life. And was this an unexpected path? Yes, it was. I never even thought about it, and then I got asked to do it end of 2018. So it's definitely been kind of a very crazy, random turn of events. But I think life is like that. You sort of think you know where things are going to go, and then you don't. Sid, question for you. Mm-hmm. Are you watching Love Island? No, I'm not. I watched the first episode and it was a bit boring.
It's boring. This season is boring. It is. I'm hanging on for dear life, but it is boring. I do agree.
It is, yeah. I have watched the previous seasons, but I just couldn't get attached, no.
I'm so obsessed with Love Island UK. You don't get it. You don't understand. I'm obsessed with it.
It is a bit of entertainment. Honestly, it's like a guilty pleasure sometimes. That's the only reason why I watch the older seasons, is because it's like one of those shows that you can just like chuck on and it doesn't matter if you pay attention or not. It's just like a bit of like cheesy entertainment.
Awakenings is following. Thank you so much, Awakenings, and shout out to everyone who has followed. Yeah, it's cheesy and you can kind of have it on and disengage from a little bit. The thing that blows my mind about it is that these people are going into this house for, 2 to 3 months, however long it might be. Some of them for a couple of weeks. And then they are like creating like a following for themselves, brand deals, like that like is an income for them. Like the power that people have that come out of Love Island, maybe only the people that do well in it, but like it's pretty like life-changing for those people.
No, absolutely. I feel like one really good example of that is like Molly May from one of the previous seasons.
I knew you were going to say her. She's my girl.
She didn't even win, and I feel like she has gotten the most out of the whole thing. Like, and she's still with her boyfriend too from the show, which is
Tommy.
Even more incredible.
I watch her YouTubes. I watch her vlogs all the time. I really like Molly May. She's really normal. Like, and I like the fact that like she gained a little bit of weight and she talked about it, and like she's got really like she's good for body positivity because she's just herself and like and talks about the fact that someone's weight goes up and down, and like she got really like a lot of shit from like the British press about gaining weight, and they posted photos of her and criticized her body. That really pissed me off. Like the Daily Mail, did you see that?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Like, and she's a gorgeous girl. I don't know why people would ever say anything rude about her. She's got an absolutely perfectly fine body, so people just want to say things, don't they? They always have something to say.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous. That like really, really annoyed me because she's just got like such a normal, healthy body, and they were like, I just hate that stuff. But I think it's good. It's good for someone in that position to talk about it. She's talked about it a little bit, and like it's just good for women to realize that it's normalized, because there's so much pressure on us to like look a certain type of way.
100%.
So Resni said there was a girl on Love Island this year that mentioned her Twitch channel, and it went from 200 followers to 2K in less than 20 minutes. Ooh, interesting.
Oh my god.
Guys, should I go on Love Island?
I feel like you'd be really entertaining on Love Island.
I got asked to go on the Australian one.
Oh, really?
I got asked to go on season 1. The casting director contacted me and asked me if I'd go on it.
I honestly don't know if I could be away from my computer for that long. I'd miss Valorant too much.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in a house for that long. Like I'd go crazy. I just would want to be alone,
Yeah.
I wouldn't cope.
I get that.
But yeah, I didn't even know what it was when they asked me to do it, but wouldn't that be funny? I thought it was so funny that they asked me. I'd never watched it at that time. I think it was 2018 or 2019, and anyway, I didn't do it. Guys, I've got to wrap this up because I've got to get my life together and try to achieve things today. I have to exercise today, Sid, because I haven't been exercising lately. So today's the day I'm going to do it. What do you feel about that? Are you with me?
I mean, it's very late right now. I don't know if I'd be doing any exercise.
But are you supportive of this plan for me?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
For you, yeah. For me, not so much right now. It's a bit late.
Sid, I've absolutely loved talking to you. Shout out to your community for connecting with us. I really appreciate you guys coming and supporting Sid and myself. If you're not already, and you probably are, because it seems like she's doing very well for herself, but if you're not already, go and follow CYDROSE on Twitch, on TikTok. What else should we follow you on?
Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
On Twitter as well. Follow her on Twitter. Follow Harry, her sister, and shout out to Amy and all of CYDROSE's moderators. We really appreciate you guys. Shout out to my moderator, Simply Santasia. I really appreciate your support. I'm sorry to call you with my tech issues today. Guys, Santasia, who do you want to raid, my love? Or whoever it is, you don't have to tell me, but just raid them. So yeah, guys, thank you for coming along. Thank you for subscribing, following, and all of the good things. We really appreciate you guys. Sid, do you have any final words for us?
I think we've gone through many topics here. I don't know. On the spot. I'm baffled.
Wait. Let's end with you saying one of Effie's lines. Say one of Astra's voice lines. Can you think of one?
Oh my god, yes. Every time I'm playing on stream, and if there is a brimstone on the enemy team, she has this really hilarious voice line because he's sort of older. When she kills him, she goes, "Bye bye, boomer," and it's the funniest thing.
Okay, Astra.
She's so sassy.
That is so spicy.
I think that's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my favorite.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, I love that. Those are our parting words for you guys. We're going to end the stream there. Thank you so much for coming today. I will be back next week with another fantastic girl gamer. Goodbye, my friends.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.